The kidnapping of the granddaughter of a newspaper magnate in 1974 becomes one of the strangest cases in FBI history. Around 9 o'clock in the evening on February 4, 1974, there was a knock on the door of apartment number 4 at 2603 Benvenue Street in Berkeley, California. In burst a group of men and women with their guns drawn. They grabbed a surprised 19-year-old college student named Patty Hearst, beat up her fiancé, threw her in the trunk of their car and drove off. Thus began one of the strangest cases in FBI history. They were in short a band of domestic terrorists and dangerous ones. They had already shot 2 Oakland school officials with cyanide-tipped bullets, killing one and seriously wounding the other. Why'd they snatch Hearst? To get the country's attention primarily. Hearst was from a wealthy, powerful family. Her grandfather was the newspaper magnate William Randolph Hearst. The SLA's plan worked and worked well. The kidnapping stunned the country and made front-page national news. But the SLA had more plans for Patty Hearst. Soon after her disappearance, the SLA began releasing audio tapes demanding millions of dollars in food donations in exchange for her release. At the same time, they apparently began abusing and brainwashing their captive, hoping to turn this young heiress from the highest reaches of society into a poster child for their coming revolution. That too seemed to work. On April 3rd, the SLA released a tape with Hearst saying that she'd joined their fight to free the oppressed and had even taken a new name. A dozen days later, she was spotted on bank surveillance cameras wielding an assault weapon during an SLA bank robbery, barking orders to bystanders and providing cover to her Confederates. Meanwhile, the FBI had launched one of the most massive, agent-intensive searches in its history to find Hearst and stop the SLA. Working with many partners, we ran down thousands of leads, but with the SLA frightening potential informants into silence, using good operational security, and relying on an organized network of safe houses, it was tough going. A break came in Los Angeles. On May 16th, 2 SLA members tried to steal an ammunition belt from a local store and were nearly caught. The getaway van was discovered, which led authorities to an SLA safe house. The next day, the house was surrounded by LA police. A massive shootout ensued. The building went up in flames. 6 members of the SLA died in the blaze, including DeFries. But where was Hearst? She and several others had escaped and began traveling around the country to avoid capture. FBI agents, though, were close behind. We finally captured her in San Francisco on September 18, 1975, and she was charged with bank robbery and other crimes. Her trial was as sensational as the chase. Despite claims of brainwashing, the jury found her guilty, and she was sentenced to 7 years in prison. Hearst served 2 years before President Carter commuted her sentence. She was later pardoned.